yesterday over the Canadian Leila Annie Fernandez after being down by 4-1 in the first.
Hello. This is Payal. Okay, just a quick few to run things. For towel boxes, how about you take the dark blue one and you take the gray one? It's in the flower beds. The close calls will be shown on the big screens on top, and the clocks are in that and that corner. Apart from that, if you need anything, just let me know and we'll try to get you as quick as possible. Coin toss, digital. Up on the screen, and who would you like to ask, Payal? Qatar or ball? Qatar has been chosen. If you press right here.
Now, digitally toss the coins. Take a look up at the video board. Ball for Qatar.
Qatar it is. Serve. Okay, and just a photo facing that way, please. That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And a special thanks as well to Total Energy's EP Qatar.
Warm-up ready to begin in this contest between Pavlyuchenkova and Rybakina. She's made finals already this stretch of the campaign. Rybakina, not only this season winning in Abu Dhabi, but also previously making the final in Dubai, so trying for the hat-trick and getting to the final in Doha. I'm Rav Yuman. It's great to have Mel South once again alongside. And Mel, as we can see there, this is going to be the only semi-final today because Iga Swiatek has gotten through to the final after the walkover from Karolina Pliskova. She's played a lot of tennis of late, so your thoughts on that first of all?
Well, it's a shame we haven't had that semi-final, but Pliskova, understandable. She came over from Cluj winning that title. She's been playing fantastic tennis, and it was really a battering and bruising encounter against Naomi Osaka out there, so understandable that her body just simply can't take much more and she needs to rest and recover. Swiatek will be happy to get out on the practice court, back watching this one and looking ahead to tomorrow's final.
Yeah, it's been a good run for Pliskova. Before Cluj, she was around number 80 in the rankings, and now she'll be around number 37, 38. So a big jump for the former world number one. She's been asked this week about trying to get to world number one. She said, yeah, it's something obviously she'd love to accomplish, but she feels like there's a lot still to improve in her game. But she has so many great things in her game, Rybakina, and there are some numbers for her. A couple of titles. Besides the one in Abu Dhabi, also the one in Brisbane where she beat Arina Sabalenka, but she dealt with illness before that and also really throughout the Australian summer, beaten early at the Australian Open in that epic tiebreak. But Mel, this week she's been able to find all the answers when she's needed to, at times really flowing, other times been behind in matches and able to regroup.
Well, definitely she's had different tests, and against Leila Annie Fernandez, the left-hander, she found it tricky conditions, tricky in the wind, and I think she's a lot more suited to today's opponent. Against Pavlyuchenkova, the big hitter, quite a pure striker of the ball, so Rybakina will be looking forward to starting a lot better than she did in her match yesterday.
Her age matching the ranking for Pavlyuchenkova, although the live rankings is going to be a big jump for her. She's going to be inside the top 25, and with a win today would be around number 21. She's been on the tour for such a long time. She's been a junior star, won junior Grand Slams, came on to the tour as a teen, and then making that final at the French Open. But unfortunately after that had that knee injury which pegged her back, really ruled her out for all of 2022, but it was a big comeback year for her. Mel, what have you been impressed from her game this week? What has she done?
Well, I think she's shown that she's got mental strength, but also the physicality. She's been very sharp off the ground. She's been good in attack, but also kind of picking up balls and defending better than we've seen from her in the past, which is something she's going to have to do out there today. But these two have played before, and Pavlyuchenkova was able to come out on top in a 9-7 final set on the French Open run, and that head-to-head in this case I think makes a huge difference for Pavlyuchenkova's mentality to hang in there when Rybakina maybe is serving well. Yeah, it wasn't Rybakina who won that match.
Indeed, it was Pavlyuchenkova who won that one. Interesting thing about that matchup at the French Open, as you look at the Champire, is that they were doubles partners at that French Open. They made the quarterfinals together, so they played in the singles. No hard feelings.
No.
As in tennis, right?
All professional.
And actually, they've also hit together in the offseason, getting ready for new seasons. They get along great. Well, that's been a fixture this week. The wind, it's up there around 19 kilometers per hour. Yesterday was more than 20 at one stage. The humidity is slightly up as it is evening time in Doha, just past 5 p.m. local time. It's the first WTA 1000 of the season. Plenty of points on offer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match will be the best of 3 tiebreak sets. Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova won the toss and chose to serve.
Confirmation. She won the toss and elected to serve. Ready to go, both players.
And a warm-up. First sets.
Pavlyuchenkova serving to start this semi-final.
Ready? Play.
And a good start it is.
15.
What did you make of the win probability? Mel, we love talking about the win probabilities.
We do. It was heavily in Rybakina's favour, and that's where her ranking is at the moment, right at the top of the game, at number 4, and the fact she's won 2 titles this season. But I do think that head-to-head is a factor for the belief and the confidence of Pavlyuchenkova coming out here today. She really backs herself off the ground when she plays against Rybakina, and she'll know that she has to serve well, because that's something she spoke about the last time they played, that at times those big serves just come past you. There's nothing you can do about it, and you have to be mentally tough just to wait for your chances.
That was an eventful Grand Slam for both, because her first Grand Slam final, a couple of matches after for Pavlyuchenkova, even while carrying a bit of a knee injury. And for Rybakina, her first Grand Slam quarterfinal, having wanted to get there, and she beats Serena to get to that stage. Winning that battle of backhands.
Both these players are pure strikers of the ball. It's a real crunch off the strings. Pavlyuchenkova yesterday in the windy conditions was very strong with her targets, used a lot of body serves, very smart, playing across her body a lot.
Held her ground right off the return. Went after the forehand.
First game.
When you give yourself those margins early on, if you're feeling any sort of nerves at all, you swing across your body, there's just a bit more safety to your shots.
It's a similar sort of matchup for her as compared to yesterday when she faced Danielle Collins. Can that be of benefit, Mel?
When you get into a good rhythm against a big ball striker, then definitely. For Rybakina, it's a complete change. You've gone from left-hander to right-hander, and slight difference in terms of the heaviness of the ball coming at you.
You were saying?
But you're always ready to adapt, and it's something she's definitely more comfortable at this encounter. We saw yesterday against Fernandez, she went 4-1 down, where she was just struggling with that change, with the slice on the serve and then the tempo off the ground. I think she'll look to start just as strong as Pavlyuchenkova did in that first game. Because after that 4-1 deficit, it really was plain sailing, wasn't it, off the racket of Rybakina.
Really seeing some of those in this match from both players, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Both players are in the top 5 for the win account this tournament. Rybakina now up to 100 winners. Pavlyuchenkova on 90.
Slammed it out wide. Another serve +1 combo in this game.
Yeah, we're seeing those patterns of playing routinely executed here. That's when you know someone so well, you know exactly what the game plan is.
Back watching is Mum, also with Rybakina last week. Just held it, has that smooth power to take it away from her opponent.
That's what you're looking for as a big server, just to hold your serve early on. Neither playing looking particularly nervous overhead, which is a good sign.
Great length from Pavlyuchenkova. Been getting these wins this week against players who had her number. She lost 4 in a row against Daria Kasatkina. As you look at her coach there on the left in the cap, Benny Ibrahimzadeh, recently stopped working with Dominic Thiem. Also spent a time working with Angelique Kerber, of course. Kasatkina just made that final Abu Dhabi quick turnaround. Then she beat Marketa Vondrusheva as well. Lost both of her matches against the Czech.
Each and every shot getting harder and harder in that rally. Battle of the cross-court forehands. Yet to see a second serve in this match from either player, showing just how well they have started the service games.
Well handled again. And they both know they need to be so alert after hitting the serve. Slid it out wide. Pavlyuchenkova leading 2-1. 2-1 lead for Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova on serve in this first set. Sharp.
15 love.
She's had terrific success playing at WTA 1000s. Rybakina last year almost doing the double during the Sunshine Double, winning in Indian Wells, making the final in Miami.
Well, she likes an epic tiebreak, doesn't she? She lost that one against Kvitova 16-14 in the first set in that Miami final. If both these players serve like this, we might have a tiebreak on our hands in this first set. Early signs are that they both come out here ready.
Well done and applauded by Pavlyuchenkova. Just going back earlier, something you said in the match, Mel. You felt that the previous match was significant in their head-to-heads, and asked that question because I think about the ranking change, but also being on hard courts as well.
Yeah, I think for Pavlyuchenkova's mindset, the fact that she would come on here, Rybakina has won so many titles over the last couple of seasons and is #4 in the world, but the fact that she won that such a battle of a match, and she was patient at the beginning and then went on a run of games. Rybakina was a set and 2-all, and then Pavlyuchenkova won 6 straight games, so was able to suddenly change the momentum in her favour. And that'll just help her mindset out here today in terms of making sure she stays focused and just do as good a job as she can on her own service game to wait for opportunities and then look to take them. And she's been playing so well this week, you can't say that she wouldn't then step up and do so.
This counts as a chance for Rybakina, given how well they've been winning points on their own serve. It's her 4th WTA 1000 semifinal. Looking for her first win. And you talk about her longevity. First one coming in 2009. She was a teenager. That was in Indian Wells. In Cincinnati, 2010. Excellent recovery in this game.
They're very quick to take the ball out of the air. Notice the open racket face from Rybakina, so let's quickly take that step inside the court. And that Cincinnati match was the only one that went to 3 sets, wasn't it, against Sharapova, the other 2 losing in straight sets. She'll be fully focused just out here today.
Sabalenka was the player that beat her in Madrid in those quick conditions on clay, the magic box. Great quality again.
And she was trying to take it really early there, Pavlyuchenkova, but ended up getting a little caught out herself with her positioning then. That's where this woman is very good. Taking your attacking shot, changing the direction, turning the point around.
Oh, the pickup was very good on the half volley for Pavlyuchenkova. Maybe had to hope for the miss, but it didn't come.
Yeah, she made her play one extra shot. Oh, wonderful, almost inside-out backhand there from the center of the court. Keeps it so straight over that net.
First break chance going to the #3 seed. had to reach a little bit.
It was in the centre where she wants it, but it actually ended up being effectively short, catching her off.
You can understand why she'd wanted to put some extra on that second serve, given who's returning.
That's why she's put the importance of hitting a lot of first serves into play out here. That's 0 from 2 behind the second serve in this game.
Second chance. Didn't make the same mistake twice on the backhand. Changed the direction. And it was a beauty from Rybakina. She's the first to break. First to break in this match, Elena Rybakina. Thus, she'll be serving at 3-2 in this first set.
Love 15.
Reflecting on those 3 matches for the semifinals of WTA 1000s, Pavlyuchenkova, all 3 of those losses coming to players who were higher ranked than her. Before Madrid and that semifinal, talking about semifinals at all levels, Pavlyuchenkova had won 10 straight.
I should be furious with herself for missing that one. Pavlyuchenkova made the early move. But she set it up well. It was a good serve, but Pavlyuchenkova was looking to step in and take it early, but had plenty of jump on it off the court surface.
That's about as much emotion as you'll see from Rybakina.
I wish I had that temperament.
What a response.
And channeling it into the next shot.
But she's very bubbly in her interviews.
The serve getting her so many free points right now.
Didn't miss that one up at the net. Consolidates for 4-2.
We do tend to find that people are more likely to miss the forehand rather than the backhand. The two hands on the backhand side, just a little more stable, controlling the racket head. If you keep the focus on the shot, both sides would be comfortable.
They're all around the court.
Trying to stay positive with herself. It's just that fast pace of play from Rybakina, and she's no nonsense between points as well. Quickly to the other side. You've really got to stay in the moment so it doesn't just rush away from you. Actually, Rybakina with the change up there, jumped all over the return, and then a little bit more flight on that backhand, took some of the pace out.
Break of serve seems to have given her a big boost to Rybakina. Good first serve, taking away the time of Rybakina.
Low percentage return there. See the flat racket head path through the contact point.
A terrific rally.
Her team are on their feet. She did so well to hang in the point earlier on with the slice forehand. Rybakina, Pavlyuchenkova trying to be brutal with the side-to-side hitting.
Double break opportunity. Opting to go on that side. She'd made a couple inside in. First point she's won behind the second serve.
I feel a little relieved there. Hasn't hit many second serves. Still at 84% first serves in, which is what she needs.
hard to get that first strike in, Pavlyuchenkova. This was the case yesterday for Fernandez, right, Mel? Second set, after she had the lead in the first, was just pressing a little bit, and as a result, her unforced errors climbed.
Yeah, and you feel you have to because of the person that's down the other end of the court. Rybakina is doing such a good job of changing the height of the ball herself, which is something we don't necessarily talk about with her, but even that return there on the stretch, understanding and giving herself more shape, getting the depth on the return to be able to recover back in, and Pavlyuchenkova just trying to muscle the ball.
Second break point. The return, too good. And it has been very, very good so far from Elena Rybakina.
5 games to 2.
It's a double break advantage now, 5-2. Fourth time playing in Doha for Rybakina. She entered on a 2-match losing streak in terms of her Doha matches. Losing to Laura Sigmund, a couple of tie breaks, and also to Jacqueline Christian. Just ended that this season. Beating to get to the final, has a lead in the first. At this stage, Mel, being down the score 5-2, if you're coaching Pavlyuchenkova, what would you be saying to her?
She just overpressed the last couple of games, and you totally understand why, but the way that Rybakina is serving, you just have to try and make the return into play, which is so difficult to do, and then just use the breathing, just have a little more relaxation in her muscles as she's looking to attack her shots. It's just been a couple of quick errors within the points.
Phenomenal countering from Pavlyuchenkova.
Yeah, much better point from her. A little more relaxed and was able to get multiple strikes into play. It's just how good it has to be.
Oh, these players always making improvements. She's talked about her movement as well. Rybakina getting there and doing that.
The backhand down the line has been working very well out here today. This was on the move too. Impressive.
2 set points. That time pushed a little further out wide.
Oh, good reactive return there. The first set point she was in control of. So shorter serve to be attacked. That one a lot more compact with the forearms.
She saved the set points and now has a break point.
Just going back to holding with the pace.
She was there all over it. Put it long.
Her body was all over the return, but her racket was still back. So Rybakina got great depth on the serve.
Not too good depth on the serve.
Yes, those subtle changes again, just throwing off the Pavlyuchenkova racket. That time just holding back a little, still looking to go forward, but actually would have had the time to rush it.
Third set point.
Never easy to get across that finish line.
A little more angle in the second one after the first one set it up.
Rybakina often talks about sometimes losing a little bit of focus and intensity, and you can see her just tapping her legs with her racket, telling herself to move and keep going. Be the one to dictate.
Grabbed hold of the first set with that early break and never let go. It is Rybakina who takes the first set by 6-2. both players off for a bathroom break. First set going to Rybakina. I know you touched on it a couple of times in that first set, the adjustments that she has made at Rybakina. One thing she was saying, she's talking about her serve, is that she feels like she knows the pace is there, but she wants to just use a bit more spin at times, give her opponent a change of rhythm. So another example of her, you know, thinking and realizing that her serve is so good, but it can be even more effective by changing just a little bit.
Yes, definitely. You never want to become predictable, reliable, get someone's rhythm in and eye into just one pace of serve. And she's done that not only on the first serve, but in the few second serves that she has played as well. And that's what's made it difficult for Pavlyuchenkova to really be aggressive and just dictate from that particular shot.
She's back is Pavlyuchenkova. To her for such a long time. Comes from a very sporting family. Her dad trained her brother in terms of tennis. That's how she got into tennis. High level in the family. Canoeist, also swimming. As someone who went to Spain in her early years, also in the south of France, Pavlyuchenkova. On the way back now is Rybakina.
Time.
And something she talked about coming up through the ranks, had to make a decision at one point whether to play college, U.S. college, or go pro. And it was a discussion she had with her parents. Her parents, I think, leaning towards saying, yeah, maybe why don't you try to go that route, college, obviously, because no guarantees won't happen as a pro. But in the end, it was decided that she would go pro, and what's come since? Quite something.
That deep sigh from Pavlyuchenkova just says it all, what she's thinking internally, that this is tough out here. If you lost the first set, you always look to take that extra bit of time you have between the changeovers just to regroup, reset, think of things you can change. When she tried to kind of up her level midway through that first set, it just ended up in a little bit of tension. Forced some errors from herself, so just needs to get back into what she does really well. Try and play within herself rather than forcing the play. Just be happy when the ball is still in play, and she has to hit a couple of these shots maybe in a row at times.
And the will is always there from her. Often described herself as a fighter. Yeah, made it after she made that very nice adjustment off the net cord with the slice.
We're seeing the all-round game of Rybakina out here today. Yes, she hits it hard, but she has these subtle changes. And look at that for the arc over the net, hooking it into play.
Pavlyuchenkova waited, but Rybakina didn't make a move. So maybe it contributed to that error. She stayed in the middle. Pressure keeps coming on the Pavlyuchenkova serve. Oh, the net cord, altering her timing. Quick apology from Rybakina, but she does break.
That's exactly what Rybakina was looking for, to keep the momentum run going her way. 5 games in a row now after such a tough start to the match where they were both playing such a high level. And you can look at the first serve percentage there from Pavlyuchenkova and wonder, how did she get broken twice? But that's just the return game from her opponent, and the fact that she did start to force that play in the middle of the first set there. Hit a couple more errors at those moments, and she was just trying to play a little bit above the level that had already started so high. That's what this woman is putting on her shoulders right now.
Oh, an excellent stretch. The variety in that rally was something.
Well, can she do anything wrong out here today? I don't think so. Great movement around the court, keeping herself into play and really holding the racket head there as she was moving, playing this volley, just to do enough.
Started the year in that great style, winning that title in Brisbane. Didn't have a lot of practice time, she was saying, coming in because she had been suffering from illness. Won the title over Sabalenka. Still played the next week because she said like she felt like she was feeling good and wanted to get those match reps in. A wall at the back of the court. Rybakina.
Pavlyuchenkova trying to stay patient, but buckles in the end here. Thought she'd missed this shot. Didn't have enough time to recover though. Excellent touch from Rybakina. Great court awareness.
Even that she makes. This is lights out tennis from Rybakina.
And she just wants to not think here in terms of what she's doing is just working so well, and she's being even more aggressive now, following a good hit forward. The volley work, which through last season, I continued to say was improving. She was clearly working on it, but it's working perfectly out there today.
somebody who's playing just incredible tennis. She has the propensity, obviously, to do so, being a Grand Slam winner. But Pavlyuchenkova must be thinking, okay, it's going to be a dip sometime.
We should be hoping. That's for sure. Just able to get her on the stretch on the backhand wing the last couple of points with that serve.
There's some respite for Pavlyuchenkova.
Rybakina leads 2-1.
Ends the run of 6 consecutive games won by Rybakina. A little bit of a discussion as she grabbed her towel with her team. Pavlyuchenkova, it's Rybakina who leads 2-1. The Grand Slam champion from Kazakhstan serving with a break lead in the second. After those build-up events, played the Australian Open, of course. Second round had that match against Anna Blinkova, who beat Carol Garcia last year at the French Open on a big stage. Did so once again, getting the victory in that epic tiebreak, third set tiebreak. 22-20. There's a chance for Pavlyuchenkova.
Well, this is the moment she was waiting for, just a slight dip in the focus and form of Rybakina, and she needs to make the most of it here if she wants to find a way into this match.
And What did you make of that result, Mel?
Well, it was a surprising one. I think everyone was surprised by it, but like she said after the match, you can't always play well, and when she does, she can hit through anyone quite quickly. I was surprised that she went on to Adelaide after that win in Brisbane, just the way she won Brisbane as well. She beat Sabalenka 6-love, 6-3 in that final. Was in fine form, so it didn't feel like she needed more matches, and as much as some players do like playing matches, not practicing as much, it'll be interesting the schedule that she'll choose next season.
Shake of the fist from Pavlyuchenkova. Has 2 points to level. Had the pace, but she also put it up in the box.
There maybe was a chance. Just couldn't connect with the ball.
Had to check off the backhand. Impressive work from Rybakina.
It's the backhand down the line, once again doing the damage. To be able to turn that point around, Pavlyuchenkova's hanging in tough, trying to extend it to a longer exchange. Some heavy breathing now, understandably. Telling herself to go forward through the shot.
Coach of Rybakina, Lavro Zovko, former player from Croatia. Of course, Stefano Vukov, also Croatian. He'll be back with Rybakina in Dubai. Chance.
Yeah, that was one that she felt she really had to take. A fourth break point of the match. She's been unable to take any of them. And that was firmly on her racket. We'll have to let go of that disappointment.
And we talked about it yesterday, Mel, as Rybakina was coming back against Fernandez, that just went in full flow. Something that may be classified as an unforced, you know, when you're up against it like she is today, it just puts so much more pressure on every single shot that you understand why it would be chalked up as an unforced, but really it's pressure being exerted by her opponent. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think on a whole, but when you play it long or wide, when she's hit a second serve return into the net, she'll really be disappointed with herself for that kind of error. But it is that you are having to go for smaller targets, really go after the shot with the defense that Rybakina has as well. Extending this game. Only just.
And no wonder Pavlyuchenkova had a second look. She looked down. Went back in behind. That choice of shot was superb. And the execution also.
Pavlyuchenkova went the wrong way, saw Rybakina moving, and I think it just threw her off very slightly. Great anticipation and hand skill at the end, just to thread it past her opponent.
But still, this game continues.
Frustrated with herself, Rybakina, but knows it's the course of a tennis match. It's the first kind of real test for her. Everything had started going her way. Now got to regroup.
Moved into that backhand setup by the serve.
If in doubt, get the feet in position, hit through the shot. Rybakina always going back to her strength.
A stunner.
Well, she knew it was going to be close. Ended up being perfect. Great hand and topspin to get the whip up and over a 6-foot opponent.
Suddenly finished.
Pavlyuchenkova had to guess here with the movement, try and anticipate the shot. But just as she hurls the racket up, she can see that move and then adjust.
She came in behind the serve last time on this ad side.
And that's the return she wanted on the break point, Pavlyuchenkova. Big margin. Not going close to the net or the sidelines. Rybakina rather running into the shot. See, the contact was too close towards her belly button.
Deuce number 6.
Advantage, Pavlyuchenkova.
First double for Rybakina. Now into the second hour. Back and forth. This game has been a great tussle.
Just using the variety on the serve again, a good body serve.
Too good.
Advantage, Pavlyuchenkova.
Taking a chance, no holding back. Full commitment down the line, because if she knows if she drops it even slightly short, Rybakina's going to be there.
Oh, she was desperately hoping it skewed wide, but it didn't.
Hear the little noise after this point. Pavlyuchenkova just wanting to be given one of these break points, but it's not going to happen. She has been given another chance.
Advantage, Pavlyuchenkova.
Break point number 6. Still cannot break through. Such was the quality from Rybakina. He's going to come in behind it as well.
Advantage, Rybakina.
We saw earlier when she missed a shot, she told herself to go forward through it. I think the fact that you then make that decision to follow a good hit forward to the net, you get that step forward through the ball as well. That's been helping.
Let for serve.
It's just having the time to do so.
Finally gets through it. Saves all those break points.
Rybakina leads 3 games to 1.
That's a heartbreaker of the game for Pavlyuchenkova here. She's giving everything, fighting so hard. And at the moment, the scoreline says 6-2, 3-1 against her. That's tough going.
Just past 6 p.m. local time in Doha.
Let second serve.
She's just collapsing into that second serve. That's what we're seeing, the jumps between. Trying to tell her legs to go up.
That's a good point, Mel, because she wants to take a look at it. It's catching a little bit of the line.
It just doesn't help, does it? You just feel like everything's going right for your opponent. There was only that 1 second serve that she would have liked back to have got a clean hit on the return. Apart from that, Rybakina did a good job of saving the break points.
Sure. Something she has worked on over the years, Pavlyuchenkova. There was a time where she's just been having some issues with double faults. They're hoping for a rally in this second set.
She's only won 25% of points behind that second serve. It's really hurting her, and the first serve percentage has really dropped in this second set. Only getting half into play.
It seems like, Mel, though, she's made that decision to go for a bit more on the first serve.
She's trying to do something different, isn't she? That then it's allowing Rybakina to step in even more.
Great pickup from Pavlyuchenkova.
We often talk about physicality and recovery coming in, especially latter stages of a tournament, but these two have only played 40 minutes different through the course of the tournament. Pavlyuchenkova almost up to 5.5 hours play.
Before this, a good start to the campaign for Pavlyuchenkova. Coming off a semifinal in Linz, where she was beaten by Elena Ostapenko. Up there in terms of total match wins this season, Ostapenko. Well, that was such a huge hold previously for Rybakina. Ridden that wave, and another break has come for her. 4-1. A healthy lead in the scoreboard for Elena Rybakina. She's up by a set and 2 breaks now. Slam into the corner.
Something that she spoke about when they played at that French Open, that her serve just wasn't working, her huge strength. It was only down at 50% that day. Today, 72%, a big difference. And she said last time she was so focused on that it just took away from her thinking about the tactics of what she was doing out on court. Not to be the case today.
Still early in this new season, but her first serve percentage is already in the mid-60s for this season. Whereas in previous campaigns, it wasn't above 60%, mid-50s. That's something also the recent Australian Open finalist, Jung Kin-Wen, has talked about, wanting to get that percentage up, because similarly it's in the 50s.
between the two, and it's just a case of focus for Rybakina right now.
Swerve on that second serve.
Well, the first serve looked like she was going to serve and volley, didn't it? The way she was running forward after it, and then plenty of shape on that second. Again, just looking to use different shots, different looks.
Why not infuse that into a match situation? Players often talk about it, right, Mel?
Definitely, and it can take quite some time to work on a practice court and then put it into practice matches and then into a real match where you're under these kind of conditions. And the pressure's really on your shoulders. It's these kind of moments then when you're 6-2, 5-1 up, you feel like you've got a bit more freedom to try and impose something like a serve volley that you just don't see from her, but you also need to keep that focus and get the job done at the same time.
May not be going her way today with Pavlyuchenkova, players who's made this great recovery after having that knee surgery. Didn't pick up a racket, she said, for 5 months. Missed it so much competing. Although one silver lining for her, she said the year after in Paris, got to hang out with her friends. See Paris, she speaks French. Nice slider out wide.
It's Rybakina always just motioning to go forwards. Just needed to cut the angle off a little more with that slice out wide with her movement.
Game.
Stays in it. But still plenty of work to do for Pavlyuchenkova, as Rybakina will have the chance to serve it out.
Time.
We start to this season a little bit reminiscent of 2020 for Rybakina when she was ranked just inside the top 40. Had a brilliant start to the campaign. Shenzhen, Hobart. Third round of the Australian Open where she lost the world #1 Ash Party. Final, her next event. And then that thrilling final in Dubai against Simona Halep. Third set tiebreak. Wonderful close and touch.
And this is what's going to make this final, if she does get across the line right now, very interesting up against the world #1, because if she keeps up this kind of form and this consistency that she started the season, I know she's trying to take the pressure off herself, saying she's not yet looking at world #1, still things to improve, but she could definitely get there. Not just yet. A little more time there just to be able to change it down the line, get that contact point in front.
In that season in 2020 in Doha, she was due to face world #1 again in Barty, but had to pull out due to an adductor injury.
Not so much on that serve that time. Gave Pavlyuchenkova the time, the space to be able to lean on it under pressure. Can she finally take one?
Similar to the end of the first set, she had a break point there, Pavlyuchenkova. One was 5-2. Oh, it almost changed direction and went in. But to the relief of Pavlyuchenkova, wide.
She must think, finally, you missed a shot on a break point for me. Just keeps herself in this match. Change of racket for both players with the new balls. They're not walking off court, don't worry. Pavlyuchenkova, can she find a few more first serves here and just keep the pressure on? There's been a big difference between points won behind the first serve. 64% overall in the match, 27% behind the second serve. Have to never stop believing out there.
Second ace.
How's that for pace? Caught up on that shot, but just adapted herself to make a good deep shot back. Before stepping in and crunching it. couple more errors off the racket of Rybakina here. So she's getting the glances over to her team.
She has stayed in it. Pavlyuchenkova. Rybakina, however, will have a second chance to serve it out. Only lost the one set this week. Rybakina came against Emma Navarre. What a rise it has been the last 12 months for her. She had a match point in the second. Rybakina didn't take it, was taken to a third. She wants to avoid going 3 today.
Back on that second serve then.
She was so close to victory last time she was serving 30 love. Oh, she's thinking about that. New balls helping her there. Still pretty fresh.
She can really drive up with the legs. She's already got the 6-foot frame to hit down over the top of the ball with, so all focus needs to go into the energy up to the contact point, make it easier for herself.
Oh, she's made it. And that could be the key point in this game.
Crouch down to the ground here. Back knee on the floor. With more winners, she's also hit a few more errors than her opponent out here. She's finding it hard to get across the line, Rybakina.
It's taking a few more seconds to reset. And she had a chance up at the net. A little tentative, but what a lob that was.
Pavlyuchenkova, as much as she's a fighter, she wouldn't have been expecting this, but just holding her ground. Lovely touch overhead. She's very smart with the lob. Always goes over the backhand side of her opponent. difficult to retrieve.
Doing everything she could, desperate to keep that ball in play.
Trying to play like a champion here and do it positively, force her way out of trouble.
To the relief, surely, of Rybakina. Say along. Match point. Well saved. As she had to hit those extra balls in that rally, Pavlyuchenkova.
Rybakina did well on that forehand there, just to stay in the point and then adjusted when she was jammed with the forehand slice. Just a little bit all over the place. Pavlyuchenkova giving her different shots. Rybakina feeling a few nerves here.
That combination at this point of the match makes it extra good.
Yeah, going back to her favourite play, out wide serve, forehand down the line. Kina's good form, could see her go all the way through to the final, and what a final it's going to be up against Swiatek.
At Doha, it is so great to see her playing so well and in the late stages of bigger tournaments like this. Show some love for Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova.
Yeah, great indeed to see her get to this stage. Pavlyuchenkova gave everything as she always does. It's been 3 years since she made the semi-final of the WTA 1000. Hopefully she can stay healthy and just keep on going.
Elena, first of all, I know that you and Anastasia
game, we were both fighting, so yeah, she played really well, but I'm happy that in the end I managed to finish the match and play maybe a little bit better in these important moments.
This is remarkable. It's your 8th consecutive win. You've already won 2 titles this year. How do you explain the consistency?
Well, we're working a lot with the team, so thanks to them, of course, and really trying hard. So hopefully I can continue, keep on going like this without any injuries or health problems. It's not easy in our sport, but really happy how I play now, and hopefully I can continue.
Well, I know I speak on behalf of everyone here. We're very excited about tomorrow. Iga gets a lot of attention, but the fact is, you beat her twice last year, Indian Wells and the Australian Open. How pumped are you for this match?
Well, first I will try to recover because today was a tough match. I played so many matches also before, so the most important to recover. But yeah, Iga, she's a great champion, so it's going to be very difficult. But I try to enjoy and do as much as I can tomorrow.
Well done and best of luck in the final. Fans, let's hear it for Elena Rybakina.
So get those tennis balls and into the stands they go. And Mel does have a good record against the Iga. It's 3-1. How do you see the final going?
Oh, it's going to be so interesting. I think there were many positives out there from the match today. That a couple of things she's going to have to be careful of. Maybe drop the unforced error count against Swiatek when they go out there tomorrow. But she always likes to take a bit of pressure off herself. I've played so many matches. I need to recover. So that's an interesting factor as well.
And what she also said is, long season, you ever how things go. Oh my goodness gracious. Hope you're okay.
He's got the ball. It was worth it.
Was it worth that? Oh my.
That was sensational.
Where are the medics? Oh, he's okay. Did you see that? I don't know if she saw it, Elena.
Now, fans, don't you go anywhere just yet.
And look at the final numbers.
Oh, this is how she did it to be the match leader on tour for Rybakina. A lot of points played on serve and a lot of points won on serve. A lot of winners out there today, very aggressive as always, but like I mentioned, just needs to be careful with that unforced error count. Some nerves playing a factor at the end of the match, but she was able to get plenty of breaks on the Pavlyuchenkova serve out there today with some very good returning.
Yeah, and saved also 8 of 9 break points. So the final is set. It will be the one versus the So hope you can come back and join us for the final. Should be a great one between Iga Swiatek and Elena Rybakina. Again, it's Rybakina who leads in their head-to-heads 3-1. But for now, goodbye.